The Phoenix Force is possibly one of the strongest and most significant cosmic entities to ever be introduced in Marvel Comics. Ever since its introduction in the X-Men issue number 101, the Phoenix Force has bestowed its powers upon a lot of individuals, but it was only Jean Grey who was able to tap into the most powerful form of the Phoenix Force, the White Phoenix form. That's why in today's video, we will reveal how Jean Grey became the White Phoenix, one of the most powerful beings to ever exist in the Marvel multiverse. But before we get started with the video, we have a very small request for you. If you like our content, subscribe to us and like this video. It might just be a simple click for you, but it means a lot to us. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started. How Phoenix becomes White Phoenix. The White Phoenix is the ultimate form of the Phoenix Force. One can only become the White Phoenix when there is enough understanding between the Phoenix Force and the host that they essentially become one single entity. Although the White Phoenix was properly explained and introduced in the new X-Men issue number 154, the White Phoenix actually appeared way earlier in the classic X-Men issue number 43. When Jean Grey regained control of her body following her transformation into the Dark Phoenix and the massacre of the Dabari people, she decided to sacrifice herself out of fear and shame. Later, Jean woke up in the afterlife and wondered if she was still alive. She was sad that she desperately tried to kill herself but still ended up being alive. Suddenly, she saw a construction worker on the site, so she tried to ask him what this place was. But the worker was engrossed in his work and did not pay attention to Jean's words. This agitated Jean, and she raised her voice, so the worker said not to disturb him and let him complete his work. Thus, Jean left the site wondering if there was someone else with whom she could talk and find out where she was. However, she noticed there was something different about her costume. It had turned white. She knew that the green costume meant that Phoenix was good, and the red meant that Phoenix had turned dark. However, she had never seen the Phoenix costume turn white and wondered what significance it held. Suddenly, she was greeted by the same construction worker who gave her a warm cup of coffee. Jean Grey was amazed by this place and wondered if she was hallucinating. However, the construction worker was extremely cryptic and did not give a real answer to where Jean really was. After having a brief conversation with her, he left and again started working on his project. When Jean interrupted him again, he asked her to help him with his work, and Jean promptly helped him. However, something peculiar happened. She suddenly started getting visions of all the people she had killed as Dark Phoenix. After the visions ended, she started sobbing and realized that this construction worker was actually Death. So Death explained to Jean that they were currently in his home, the realm of the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and end of all, where the physical universe merged with the domains of the spirit and imagination. Thus, Jean Grey revealed her sources of trouble and had a heart-to-heart conversation with Death. After Death gave her solutions, Jean promptly left the site, thanking her new friend and telling him that she would never forget the conversation she had with him. Later during the events of X-Men Forever issue number 1, Jean Grey was sent back in time to the celestial ship, Prosh. When Jean woke up, she found herself in the afterlife in the form of the White Phoenix. There she met the construction worker once again and had a brief conversation with him before being sent further back in time by the Prosh. Entire history of White Phoenix. Although the White Phoenix form was introduced back in classic X-Men issue number 43, her full powers or significance was not explored until new X-Men issue number 154. During this storyline, a Magneto imposter tricked Jean Grey and Wolverine and sent them on the asteroid M to the Sun. Due to being closer to the Sun, Wolverine started dying, and in a final attempt to save himself, he killed Jean Grey, releasing the Phoenix Force. With the help of her Phoenix Force, Jean saved Wolverine and made her way back to New York to fight Magneto. Although Magneto lost this fight, in a last attempt to harm the X-Men, he gave Jean Grey a stroke of planetary level that was powerful enough to kill Jean Grey. After Jean's death, Emma Frost approached Cyclops and tried to get close to him. However, Cyclops denied, saying that he no longer wanted anything to do with the X-Men, nor did he want to be with Emma Frost. Then Cyclops left and never returned. This put all the pressure of the X-Men on Beast, who tried to handle it well, but it consumed him, and he eventually tried the kick drug. After taking the drug, the sentient bacteria Sublime took over Beast's personality and made him do horrendous experiments and create hordes of extremely altered versions of different mutants. With this new army, Beast destroyed the world and took over it. However, he was not done yet. After a long wait of 150 years, he finally found a phoenix egg and stole it after battling some new mutants. His plan was to infuse the genetic code of the phoenix with his genetics and turn himself into an all-powerful immortal being. Thus, he hatched the phoenix egg and Jean Grey came out of it. Jean had spent a lot of time in the white-hot room, the afterlife of the phoenix hosts, so her memories were extremely fuzzy. Taking advantage of this opportunity, Beast manipulated Phoenix into serving under him and doing his dirty work. Following Beast's orders, Phoenix killed Bumbleboy and caused a lot of havoc. However, a new team comprised of Wolverine, Cassandra Nova, Beak, Eva, and Tom Skylark attempted to oppose Beast, so Hank sent Jean Grey to finish all of them. When Jean arrived, Logan was delighted to see her after almost 150 years, but Jean did not have any recollection of who she was or who Logan was. But due to her conversation with Logan, she slowly started unlocking her memories and started remembering Cyclops and Wolverine. Taking the opportunity, Cassandra Nova unplugged Jean's crown chakra because Phoenix accessed its human hosts via the crown chakra. Thus, Jean was freed from Beast's mind control and fell into the arms of Wolverine. However, around the same time, Beast successfully infused himself with the genetic code of the Phoenix, becoming an all-powerful entity. With his new powers, he was able to change anyone's genetic code at will. He killed all the members of his new team, including Wolverine. However, Jean Grey rose and tapped into the White Phoenix form and absorbed this entire timeline into the white-hot room. There, Jean Grey appeared in a white gold costume and was referred to as the White Phoenix of the Crown by the Force itself. Inside the white-hot room, Jean tried to fix the universe that was destroyed, but the other Phoenix hosts who resided in the white-hot room told her to abandon it and move on. But she did not abandon this timeline and tried to fix it with the help of the Phoenix Force. The Force revealed that everything went downhill when Cyclops fell into depression after her death and decided to leave the X-Men. Thus, the White Phoenix manipulated the timeline and forced Cyclops to accept the offer from Emma Frost, which saved the timeline, and Cyclops started dating Emma Frost. Can every host access the full power of this force? Well, no. Since the White Phoenix of Crown is the purest form of power to ever exist, accessing that power is not easy and has only been demonstrated by a few individuals. To access the White Phoenix form, one needs to be extremely compatible with the Phoenix Force such that the Phoenix Force does not take over the host's body, and the host and the Force stay in control of the body simultaneously in a harmonic existence. In the Marvel Comics, there have been only 2 characters who have been shown to possess the ability to tap into this power. The first is of course Jean Grey due to her immense control and compatibility with the Force, and the second is Hope Summers. During the Avengers vs. X-Men storyline, Cyclops absorbed the Phoenix Force and became the Dark Phoenix. Thus, Hope Summers and Scarlet Witch combined their forces and took down Cyclops. After the Phoenix Force left Cyclops' body, it bonded with Hope Summers, making her the White Phoenix. When it comes to power, the White Phoenix of Crown is probably the second strongest powerful entity on Earth. When the host is in the White Phoenix form, they can control each and every atom of both space and time. Apart from that, the host can easily rewrite the entire timelines and rearrange the universe as per their desire. This power is demonstrated when Jean Grey rewrote the entire timeline to stop the destruction created by the Beast. Moreover, when Hope Summers became the White Phoenix, she literally reversed Scarlet Witch's decimation spell and made it possible for new mutants to be born. To put it straight, the White Phoenix is probably one of the strongest beings of the Marvel multiverse, in league with beings like the Living Tribunal. Marvelous verdict. Even though the White Phoenix is an extremely powerful entity, she has never really appeared in more than a few panels in the comics. It is still unclear how one can tap into this form at will, but if one learns how to, they will easily rule over the Marvel multiverse. We have already seen the extent of devastation that the Dark Phoenix is capable of, and we have already seen a few glimpses of the powers of the White Phoenix. However, we have still not seen the White Phoenix's power to its full extent, and we think it's only a matter of time before we see this powerful cosmic force once again challenge the power hierarchy in the Marvel multiverse. Also, with the mutants coming to the MCU, there is a possibility that we will see Jean Grey in the White Phoenix form because let's be honest, we have already seen 2 different portrayals of the Dark Phoenix. Experiencing the same thing again would not be that profound. However, if Marvel decides to switch things up, which they always do, we might be getting the White Phoenix on the big screens. But let's not get our hopes high, because there is still a long time before the X-Men are introduced in the MCU. With that being said, if you like our content, like it and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks everyone.